This local sports report is brought to you by Allstate Insurance, a proud member of the Cambridge community, supporting youth athletics. For a free, no obligation quote for home and auto insurance, contact one of their trusted advisors. Call Allstate at 226-444-4465 to speak with your local Cambridge Allstate representative.
He is a former star player with the Wellesley Applejacks, a Doherty Division champion, and now Shaun Pickering has committed to the Elora Rocks for their inaugural season, the WOSHL. Good to see you, Shaun. How's it going?
Good. How are you, Darren?
Why is this opportunity a good one for you, committing to the Rocks for their inaugural season? What do you like about the franchise, and, what are you expecting?
Oh, well, once I heard that Wiggy and Mitch were taking over the team, I reached out and kind of asked what it was all about, and they said it was going to be competitive hybrid league, which is something that I liked. I was going back and forth if I was going to play in the other league, and I didn't know if I would. And then, of course, Utley and Soper also joined the team, so I thought it'd be a good way to get back on the ice with some of those guys.
You guys had some great experiences in Wellesley. You're referring to Kyle Soper and Alex Utley, and they announced you all together going to Elora. Obviously, you know those guys really well, right? But what excites you the most about getting back on the ice with them?
It's honestly the best part about it is just hanging out with them in the room, seeing them, getting to see them, the chance to hang out with them a little bit more. And then, of course, Soper's toe drags, and me and Utley, we seem to know where each other were, so it'll be fun, and our girlfriends all like each other and want to hang out. So that's a good thing too, and just the chance to hang out with the guys. I think that's what junior's about, and I think in Elora that's what Mitch and Wiggy are trying to bring, is a competitive team that is a bunch of good guys off the ice as well.
I think Kyle Soper will like hearing about his toe drags. He'll appreciate that reference. You're referring to Rich Wigmore and Mitch Scott, who are the two driving forces behind the Elora Rocks, joining the WOSHL. What have they talked to you about, and what's the excitement that you're getting about this? It's not a new franchise, but it's sort of being revitalized in a way, joining this new league. What have they said to you just about the energy that they're trying to create?
Yeah, well, they're both really involved in the community already with their two businesses. Mitch is starting lineup with the uniforms, and then Wiggy's got the gym out there, and they have the connections to bring a fan base. And I think it's really good, the social media presence of it now too. So it's like getting the fan base involved, and getting Clayton Holscher and Black and a few other guys I've heard might be coming. It's going to be fun. Locals. It's just they want to bring an energy and a local flair to it all, which is exciting.
4 years you spent with the Wellesley Applejacks. I know, amazing experiences, especially winning that Doherty Division title over Tavistock in the spring of 2019.
Yeah.
When you've had a chance to look back now, and I know you can't summarize it in a minute or two because it's impossible, but what was the best part about being an Applejack for all those years?
Honestly, it was the camaraderie with the team, and it wasn't just the team. Like it was the equipment staff, there's the coaches, like guys wanted to come and hang out at the rink. Like, yeah, you had school going on, you had this or that, but the best part was showing up and hanging out with the guys. And really, like, a lot of us showed up 2.5 hours early for games just because we wanted to hang out with our equipment staff. So like I think that's saying something, is like we just all loved each other, and we hung out with each other off the ice a bunch. And it's really the reason I went, is I knew all those guys. They were going out every single night, and it wasn't to the bars, it was to someone's house, and it was 21 guys hanging out at someone's house, the whole team. So that's really what Wellesley's about, and we tried to keep it that way. It started with Justin Liebold, with one veteran and 17 rookies, so he kind of brought it all together for us, and we just kind of bring it along as just, you want to just hang out with the guys when you're there. If you're a good guy, they'll keep you around, is basically all it is in Wellesley.
camaraderie, and I think that's where you're going with that. And obviously that was a huge factor, right? And you guys beating Tavistock in that championship series and winning that Doherty Division title. What made that group so special, or what do you remember about that night? Because it was pure joy, and you had the Wellesley fans in the stands as well. I remember being there on the ice watching you guys, and it was just elation. It was just a really cool experience.
Yeah, it is hard to explain. I don't know. Like we knew, probably around the trade deadline when we picked up Hable, Cascanet, and Colbert. It was like, well, the two hardest guys to play against that weren't on our team are now on our team. Okay. So it was like we knew, and then like we knew we had the team to do it, and then it was like Chappie fault. And we struggled. We lost that game, and that was like Air's down year too. So we were like, "Oh, this ain't good." And Rick Gerbinski, he was basically the heart and soul of the Applejacks. Like that's who the whole team, I think, and the camaraderie is built around is him. He came in and he gave us a piece of his mind, and he doesn't speak up ever. Basically said, "Boys, listen, like you got the team to do it. I haven't seen anything like it." And after that, I think we went like 12-1 going into that Tavistock series. So we got on a roll, and it was based around that camaraderie, and we kind of did it for Rick. And I think there's not a guy on the team that wouldn't disagree with that. So
I assume one of the best memories as well would be the big comeback in Tavistock.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Actually, all the cheering fans in Tavistock chanting my name, and the team wins, and it was good. It was good. Yeah, it was. I don't know how it happened. We just kind of. I don't know. It was.
You're down. You're down 6-2, right? And the next thing you know, McCutcheon scoring to tie the game to 6, and you're going like, what just happened? Right. And that night too, like you had a running feud with Brock Phillips on the ice too. Like there was a lot going on that night, man.
Yeah, there was. That's the funny thing too. Phillips and I, we played against each other when he was still in Hanover earlier that season. We had a beer after the game, and then he comes, and like we were the big mean Applejacks, and I just wanted to make sure everyone still knew we were the same big mean Applejacks. So that's what happened there. He hammered me near the end. He never added that, and I'm sure he's upset about that. He got a charging penalty, but yeah, he got me good and talked about it in the box, and we were good. But yeah, no, I don't even know. That was just a crazy night, to be honest. I don't know where you start and where you finish with it all, to be honest.
Believe me, I went from about a 4 minute highlight video to, I think by the time it was done, it was like 8 minutes and 20 seconds after the crazy comeback and scoring the game winning goal with, I think it was 11 seconds left in the third period. Did you spear Phillips, or what happened on that play there?
No, he grabbed my stick. I don't know what happened there. He kind of went down like a bag of potatoes. And obviously my fans started screaming, and sure enough, the ref listened to him, and the fans definitely got the assist on that penalty. I guess I used to say this in Wellesley, but the ball never lies. So I guess there's a reason we came back and won.
Did you enjoy that agitator role? And is that something that you also want to bring to Elora? Like, let's make no mistake here, Shaun, you're a great captain and you're a good leader and an exceptionally skilled player, but you're one of those guys that you love to have on your team, but you're just impossible to play against, right? How did you kind of get yourself into that role, and was it something you enjoyed?
Oh, I loved it. It was like guys come after you too, so you have to be kind of aware at all times, and I'd rather guys come after me than go after my teammates. So I liked bringing the attention to myself. I'm sure some of my coaches probably don't necessarily agree, but I think I love it. I'm sure I'll do it a little bit in Elora. I don't know how if I'll do it to the extent I did it in Wellesley and all, but yeah, no, it's good.
What do you want to bring to the table in Elora? for those fans, there's going to be some fans that learn about you and your skill set, and they're going to see this interview and they're going to see this video. You must have some goals or expectations of things that you'd like to do for the hockey club. And like you said earlier, Rich Wigmore pretty well, and you've gotten to know Mitch, and you want to play hard for them and play well for them, right? What are Rock fans going to see from you?
Yeah, like I'm hoping me and Utley kind of get reunited. I think that's kind of the expectation him and I have. So we had some kind of chemistry. I don't really know how to explain it. We both kind of just threw the puck somewhere and the other would be there. So I'm kind of hoping that kind of reconnects a little bit. There's a lot of good guys that I've seen join the league, so there'll be a learning curve for sure. But yeah, I definitely not going to shy away from anyone or anything like that, but I'm definitely still hoping to score a couple goals, and at the end of the day, like, it's more fun to win. So the guys that Wiggy and Mitch have brought in and are in the talks with right now, like, from what I've seen around the league, there's no reason why we shouldn't. And at the end of the day, though, it's we want it to be competitive, and we want it to be a good hockey game. That's why we're coming to the rink. But at the end of the day, like, we want to have fun as well. And with the guys like Goody and Blackie and Soaps and us, the team's gonna be fun. Like, and it's gonna be a whole bunch of guys that wanna be there and want to spend time with each other. So that's I'm looking forward to.
If you don't mind, I want to touch on your personal life or stuff a little bit, because you recently got into real estate, working as a real estate agent. How's that going, and what kind of client experience are you hoping to provide, for your customers through the brokerage that you're with?
Yeah, so first, the brokerage I'm with is amazing, Trillium West. They're big local supporters of everything local. It's just the right fit too. They just from Nick Pope, a guy that's there, he was telling me about it and how it's just a whole bunch of people that are close and tight knit, and like, you can't get much better than that. Like, it's a pretty cutthroat world in terms of real estate, but Trillium West, it's a whole bunch of people that want to help you. And I've actually had a few conversations with some people that I've never actually met in person, and they're like willing to help. Yeah, let's sit down, talk. I'll answer any questions you have. Let's see what I can do for you. So it's really good that way. And then in terms of my clients, like, I just want to make sure they get exactly what they want. And I don't want to pressure them into anything. I want them to enjoy the process. Like, I'm getting paid for them to enjoy the process. I'm the one that takes the stress, relieves it from them as much as possible. And that's kind of my goal with my clients, is I want them to enjoy it and let me deal with all the crappy stuff. And that's a big thing too that I'm doing for my clients is up to $750. I will be hiring a moving company of their choice to move them into their new home or move them out of the home that I'm selling for them. So they don't have to worry about arguing with their spouse about how they're supposed to bend the couch or how they're going to do this or that. So I've experienced it. I know it's not a fun time moving at all. So that's another thing I want to do, is kind of the stress relief of moving and selling and buying. It can be a terrible thing at times. And I want to make sure it's an enjoyable process. I want people to be happy at the end of the day.
I want people to get to know you beyond the agitator that, we talked about there for a couple of minutes. And I think it's really interesting, especially in this format on Zoom, where we have the opportunity to just kind of expand on you, the person. Everybody knows the guy that you are on the ice, and good for you, man. And best wishes, going forward with the real estate. Another thing I want to touch on quickly is Chump Talk. And it's a podcast that I've been on, and I know you're a contributor there as well, with Brady Gerber and Matt Poole. They do an awesome job. They really do, interviewing different athletes across the region, across the 519. What's that been like for you, kind of dabbling your toe a little bit in the broadcast stuff as well, Shaun?
Yeah, no, Chump Talk's awesome. Brady and Matt are really good guys, and really it's funny because they started up in the parents' attic, and you'd come through and their family is eating dinner, and it's just a homegrown local thing. Like, they love it too. They love all their guests. They treat everyone so good. Like, both guys are such nice guys, and you can't get much better. Like, some of the guests they've had on too, it's an impressive list. Like, now you're talking Brant Clark, like potential #1 overall pick this year. Like, and to see where they started, they're going, and they're going to continue to grow there. And it's couldn't happen to better guys. Like, they're both amazing people, and you're just happy. And of course, I was happy at the start that I got the call to join, but I think maybe Oatman and Clark and Cassie Campbell Pascal, I think they might trump me a little bit. So I don't think I'll be getting the call anytime soon to star for them.
Here's what I've learned with you. You've never met a microphone that you didn't like. We've done some pretty classic 519 interviews.
Yeah. I think my mouth gets me in trouble sometimes, but I mean what I say. I'm a pretty honest person, and that's what people can expect from me. Is all, like, if you want an honest answer, you're going to get it. I'm not going to hide the truth from you, because eventually it comes out, and it's a crappier conversation at that point.
And I think that's going to serve you well going forward in the real estate industry. If you want to know more about Chump Talk, you can check them out. They are on Instagram as well as Twitter. Their handle is Chump Talk. And for more on the Elora Rocks and all the signings that they've had, Alex Utley, Kyle Soper, Clayton Holscher, and my guy, Shaun Pickering, you can check them out on Instagram at Elora Rocks _WOSHL. And the Rocks website will be launching soon as well. So keep an eye out for that. Good to see you, Shaun. Appreciate the time, and look forward to covering you once again coming up this fall in Elora. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
For more highlights, visit our website, 519sportsonline.ca. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.